Hi, I'm often asked what corporate restructuring actually is. Really, it's I suppose it's the directors of a company sitting down with an expert in restructuring. Typically, when the business isn't performing as well as they would like it to, I suppose the underperformance is variable, but the restructuring professional will typically know the areas to go through with the directors and challenge them on current performance and whether or not it can be improved. That can be such things as looking at which markets they're operating in, and whether they're the right markets or whether they're declining markets, and whether there are new markets that they can go into where they might enjoy better margins on the products that they can produce or source by their company. Similarly, there's an examination of the pricing of products and the products themselves as to whether they're still appropriate, whether they're being left behind by the competition, and really whether those products ought to be manufactured in-house, or whether there's business efficiency to be gained by possibly taking those products and finding manufacturers overseas, such as the Far East, that can probably produce the same quality at a lower cost. Similarly, it's worth looking at the terms of trade, whether if the company is struggling cash flow wise, what sort of credit terms it's offering, whether it ought to reduce those terms, how it's funding its activities, whether it ought to look at restructuring those fundings, such as factoring invoices or factoring capital equipment, rather than possibly straightforward bank facilities, because the factoring facilities are more flexible to variations in trade. Similarly, the structure and costs of the employment base need to be continually reviewed and examined and challenged. Is the structure of the workforce right for the current level of activity of the business? Are the remuneration and compensation packages appropriate to maximise the performance of the team, or are there situations where the team needs to be supplemented in certain growth areas? And similarly, is there a need to examine possibly reducing the workforce in certain areas that are in decline? So all of those things need looking at in a restructuring review. Similarly, the routes to market. Again, these are changing all the time, and it's useful for sort of the incumbent directors and management to have the input of external experienced professionals to again challenge how they're addressing their markets and whether they're putting the appropriate emphasis and whether they're using the right channels. And again, that's an area that we look at when we're restructuring a business. At a more strategic level, we'll look at the macro environment in which the business operates, and whether it might be more appropriate to be a consolidator in that sector, or be consolidated in that sector, or exit the sector, or sell subsidiaries, buy subsidiaries, or otherwise restructure the business. So there's a whole range of things that a restructuring professional will look at with the company directors as part of the health check review and really formulating a plan to restore the fortunes of the company. If you need any more information, please don't hesitate to call. Our phone number is 0113 242 0808. Alternatively, you can email at mail, M-A-I-L, at Chamberlain, CHAMBERLAIN, -co.com. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.